Hello, and welcome to ScienceWare Videos. In this video, I will demonstrate how to use the Science Making Connections design from ScienceWare to illustrate cyclical patterns in science. The lettering will provide a frame for your artwork. This particular design allows for limitless creative possibilities for reinforcing science. Here are a few examples of cycles and patterns that have been illustrated using the Science Making Connections design. So let's go through these steps and create one of these wearable projects. For this video, I have chosen a science concept that is taught in the primary schools in Texas, identifying the parts of plants. However, keep in mind these steps can be used for any cycle or pattern you choose to have your students illustrate. You will need the following materials for the first part of the project, which will be to complete a paper illustration of a plant and its parts. A pencil, a dark colored marker, an enlarged Science Making Connections plan sheet. You can print a copy of the Connections plan sheet from scienceware.net and then use a copier to enlarge it onto an 11 by 14 sheet of paper until there is approximately 10 inches of drawing space inside the lettering. You won't be able to get all the letters on the page, but that's okay. You want the center space to be as close as possible to the actual amount of space that will be on the apron or the t-shirt itself. You'll also need some sample plan, sun, and insect clip art. There are two ways you can go about having primary students complete the paper plan sheet. You could model and lead them step by step through the process of drawing a plant and its parts and have them draw theirs in the center of their plan sheet. Or you can provide simple clip art images of plants for students to select and trace onto their plan sheet. By the way, it's a good idea to have extra plan sheets available in case a student wants to start over. You might want to have them add the sun and an insect and talk about their roles in plant development. Once the drawing is complete, have each student carefully retrace their pencil lines with a dark color marker. Now, part 2 will be transferring the paper illustration onto the fabric, and you're going to need these materials. The plan sheet with the outlined illustrations, a Connections t-shirt or apron. I'm going to use a t-shirt for demonstration purposes. Assorted colors of fabric markers or Sharpie permanent markers. A smooth piece of cardboard that will fit inside the shirt or under the apron, and a couple of large paper clips or binder clips. You're going to slide the cardboard inside the shirt. The cardboard is going to prevent the ink from the markers from bleeding through to the back side of the shirt. Now, the students are going to place their illustrated plan sheet inside the shirt and on top of the cardboard. In a well-lit room, you should be able to see the outline of the image through the fabric. Once you have your illustrations centered, smooth out the fabric and use a couple of clips to secure the fabric and the cardboard together. I like to use an extra fine black Sharpie permanent marker to trace my drawings, and then I use fabric markers to color. This next part is optional. It requires a few more materials, but I highly recommend. Put a small amount of crystal paint on a paper plate or a piece of foil. You can find crystal paint at Walmart or craft supply stores. Use a Q-tip or paintbrush to dab and smooth small amounts of crystal paint over the flowers, letters, or any parts of your design that you want to sparkle. Wearable projects are not only fun to create, all ages love wearing them. The visibility of the project each time it is worn is a great way for students to share their science knowledge with everyone in their family and community. If you'd like more information on making wearable science projects, visit scienceware.net.